it. So just something to think about as far as really managing your time. I know it takes discipline and consistency, but I know it's something that has really helped me a lot. We all have financial pressures, which were clearly present this last year during COVID. Some people have employees. We all know that to really have a successful business, when we have employees, that it's important to keep our employees happy and motivated. And then tax issues. I mean, geez, especially this last year, tax issues and the Secure Act and various things coming out just keep constantly changing. And if it's not your area of expertise, it can be really hard to keep up with all of that. So let's talk a little bit about the entrepreneurial equation. So hopefully you have a business plan and a clear vision for your business. And this can definitely get clouded by all the competing demands. We wear so many different hats: HR, operations, finance, salesperson. I mean, the list goes on. So with the entrepreneurial equation, what we find is really the best mix is having support in each of these three areas. So having operational support, business support, as well as personal financial excellence. And with a team of professionals, sometimes people feel like, oh, I can't really afford it, but just think about how much more you can excel your business, get back time, or even become more profitable by investing a little bit more in your business by having that super team of professionals supporting you. A CPA, again, talking about taxes, accounting, bookkeeping, critical to running your business. Attorney, I'm sure Brian can tell us how important it is to have a good business structure in place, succession plan, and estate planning. Gosh, how many people I talk to, especially business owners, that do not have an estate plan in place. So important. And of course, I have to mention having a financial advisor on your team, which not everyone always thinks about. I see myself as really the quarterback on your football team. I'm the one who's orchestrating decisions that are best for you, not only personally, but also for your business as well in the short and the long term. So what we're looking at now are the 5 key steps that we believe are really important in achieving your goals, both personally and for your business as well. So let's just run through these quickly. Number 1, where am I today? Just like any kind of plan, what is your starting point? How do we know from where we're starting from so we know how we're going to measure our success? And then number 2, where do I want to be? What are my goals? What am I really reaching towards? Number 3, can I get there? Are my goals really realistic? Do I have a good plan in place? And number 4 is knowing what direction you're going on and how you're really going to get there. And of course, with any plan, we need to be monitoring it on an ongoing basis, not every day, but periodically to make sure that we're still on track. Because again, just like last year, this past year with COVID, it's easy to get derailed. Unexpected things pop up, but with a plan, we can see where we are and what's the best detour route to take so that we can continue on our path towards success. When we look at our business goals, for instance, regardless of the type of business that you have, there are typically 3 key areas that we're focused on. The first is building and developing your business. The second is creating value outside your business. And then third is preserving your business so you can pass it on, whether it's to an heir or you're selling it or whatever the case may be. I'm sure you all have banking services, and I know we've got some great banks and members within the chamber. And I just want to reiterate how important it is to have good relationships with all the professionals that you're working with and that are supporting you. And if you don't, I would encourage you to spend the time to seek out others who you feel would be a better fit for your team so that you are able to be as successful as possible and really focus on what you do best and let the professionals focus on how they can best support you. And I know, again, this year with money, banking has been so critical, whether it's with payroll, business credit cards, and just having that relationship, which I know makes a big difference when you need a loan or some other type of support. And for a number of my clients, what many people don't realize is we offer margin loans against investment accounts. It's not right for everyone, but it is another avenue to being able to borrow money to help support the growth of your business. Building your business and attracting and retaining key employees can really be helped by having a really good benefits plan. You know, survey after survey shows that one of the things that keeps employees where they are is the benefits. So having, you know, vacation, health insurance, and of course a retirement plan can really make a huge business in being able to really retain as well as attract new employees. And then creating value outside your business. How many of you consider your business to be your retirement plan? Raise your hand. All right. So we know that in addition to running a successful business, you also need to provide for yourself and your family over the long term. And so it's also important to make sure that you've got your assets not only within your business, but outside of your business as well, just so that you can kind of spread your wealth as well as have various options. So let's talk a little bit about why a retirement strategy. And we've already mentioned a couple of these points. Again, diversifying assets and retirement income is so important. As well as you really have more control over your future by saving outside of your business, because we never quite know what will happen with your business. There's no crystal ball that can tell you what your business may be worth when you're ready to retire. One scenario may be that your business may only be worth the equipment, building, and inventory, which may not be enough to support your lifestyle in the future. And frequently when businesses are sold, the owner's financing part of the sale, which means they're also not getting as much income from the sale as they would like to. I often work with my clients' CPAs to make sure that we're developing the best strategy, not only for you personally, but for your businesses as well. You know, when we talk about retirement, I really would love to come up with a new word for retirement, because so many people say, oh, I'm not going to retire. I don't want to retire. Either I love my job or I don't have enough money. And I hear it all the time. I'm not going to retire. And what I like to say is, isn't it nice to have options? Wouldn't it be nice to just have the option, if you choose in the future, to not work full time or to sell your business? But the only way to create those options is to create it. Otherwise, you're stuck. You won't have any choices. And I know for me, I like having choices. And so it's important to really create that future option. So when we think about retirement plans or just future options, you know, one thing to think about is, what is your retirement goal? You know, when would you potentially like to not have to work as hard or work as much? And what does that look like? And we know it can change, but at least we're starting to put a marker in the sand. Do you have employees? And if so, do you plan to contribute to their retirement? Number 3, when we're looking at retirement plans for our business, are you willing to give more to your employees if it will benefit you? It's definitely a trade-off. And lastly, to consider the costs of your plans. So let's talk for just a few minutes about various retirement plan options. So for those who don't have employees, 3 options are a SEP IRA, an owner-only 401k, or a defined benefit plan. Now, a SEP IRA is really easy and inexpensive to put in place. It's really flexible, and you can also use it if you do have employees as well, typically up to 10 employees. And one thing to bear in mind is if you do have employees, you have to be willing to contribute on their behalf for those who are eligible to participate at approximately the same level of your contribution. Another option, if you have no employees, is an owner-only 401k. An owner-only 401k, or also a solo 401k, provides additional flexibility as well as higher contribution limits than a SEP does. And also, if you're over 50, you can contribute catch-up contributions as well. An owner-only 401k is a simplified 401k plan for those who have no employees and can be used for yourself as well as for your spouse. And lastly, if you want to contribute even more for your retirement than a SEP or an owner-only 401k, there's a defined benefit plan that could also be an option. These work best for those who are over 45, earn more than $100,000 annually, and can contribute for at least 3 years. These plans allow for the highest level of contribution and often more than $100,000 a year. So these are the 3 plans that are used the most if you don't have employees. And then for those who do have employees, there's a couple of options. There's a simple IRA, a safe harbor or a traditional 401k plan, and then lastly, there's the custom plans. And you can see on the chart that each one allows you to contribute a little bit more for yourself as the business owner. So a simple IRA is a good option because it allows business owners and key employees to defer contributions, even if other employees choose not to contribute. The business has to typically contribute to employees or commit to a small matching contribution to those to make sure that everyone is being treated fairly. So there's a lot of rules, but a simple works for specific businesses, and it's definitely an excellent option. For those who want a little bit more flexibility, there's a traditional 401k or even a safe harbor 401k. With a traditional 401k, it allows employees to contribute to the plan on a pre-tax basis, which reduces their taxable income. And many plans also offer Roth deferrals, which are great because they're then contributing on an after-tax basis and have the potential for tax-free growth. Now, the one thing about a traditional 401k plan is the amount that owners and highly compensated employees can contribute is limited based on how much other employees contribute. And I have a client who recently got into some challenges with this because they weren't historically contributing much to their 401k plan. But then all of a sudden, they decided to start contributing more without communicating. And as a result, they had to take some of that money back out of the plan. And now we're in the process of changing it to a safe harbor 401k so that they don't hit this bump again. So as your business changes, I would definitely recommend talking to your financial advisor to make sure that you're still staying within the laws and rules, as well as that it's still the base plan for you and your business. A safe harbor 401k is very popular because it allows the employer, you, the business owner, to be able to contribute the maximum salary deferral regardless of what your other employees contribute to the plan. And then, of course, for those who are really making lots of money, there's always custom plans that can be designed that best meet your needs to help you continue saving for the future, as well as manage your tax liabilities as well, not only today, but in the future. So before we move on, I'm going to pause. And does anyone have any questions about retirement plans? I know I just touched briefly on a lot of information. All right.
Good.
Well, this isn't your only chance to ask questions, so I'll continue. All right. So let's talk about protecting your business. You've worked so hard to grow your business, grow your income, and we want to ensure that you and your family are well protected. So if something unexpected happens, whether it's to you or your business, we want to make sure that your family will be able to take care of any outstanding obligations like your mortgage, provide for your child's education, and any other types of final expenses. So let's talk a little bit about a couple of different scenarios, just to kind of give you an idea about how insurance can be used to protect you and your business. And many people don't realize that financial advisors also offer insurance. So we want to be able to provide kind of that holistic protection for you, not just in helping to invest your money, but in protecting it as well. So as I was looking over the case study, I realized we don't even have a floral business at the chamber. It doesn't seem to be as many around these days, but we know that they're still well needed. So let's talk for a moment about Sue. She owns her own floral business. She's been really successful. And over, the last couple of years, she's really started specializing in weddings. And she probably does about 6 weddings per weekend. And one of the biggest reasons that people choose Sue's business is because of Jenny. Jenny's her chief floral designer, and she's a huge part of Sue's business. And Jenny leads a team of about a dozen employees who assists her in putting the floral arrangements together for the many weddings that they support. And without Jenny's expertise, Sue would be in a totally different position in her business because she's so reliant on Jenny. One day, Jenny's working around her house and she falls off a ladder and breaks her back. And though surgery is really successful, the rehab and recovery is going to take 6 months longer than expected. And she's not going to be able to work for quite a while. And after that, she's only going to be able to return really for a couple of days a week. Now, Sue's going to have to depend on Jenny and Jenny's team of talented assistants to create these beautiful floral arrangements for the next year. And unfortunately, Jenny really can't do much. And Sue still has to be able to support her clients despite Jenny's injury. Now, if Sue had taken out a key person disability insurance policy on Jenny, she would have been protected. because she would have been able to maintain an income similar to what she experienced when Jenny was working. But because Jenny's not working as much, she's lost some of her business and her clients. So the point here is key person insurance would have allowed Sue the time she needed to let Jenny heal without losing thousands of dollars in the process. So if there's someone in your business that you're really relying on, something to think about is the key person disability insurance. Now, what if Jenny had died instead of fallen off the ladder? What then would have happened? Sue's business would likely have been in huge trouble because she didn't have key person insurance on Jenny. Now, if she did, it would have covered the loss of income until she was able to hire another person. So again, key person in life insurance is really important if you have someone that your business really relies on. One other possibility with this case study is, let's say, Jenny, is fully healed, she's back to normal, and she gets an offer from another floral shop who wants to steal her away from Sue. And now what Sue can do to keep Jenny is to create a deferred compensation package for her to help retain Jenny. And in exchange for meeting future milestones, she promises Jenny that she will pay her a certain amount of money. So again, that's another possibility, a different scenario with Sue's business in order to keep a key person from moving to another company. Another example is Joe and Rick. Joe and Rick own A1 Trucking, a trucking company that is nationwide and has grown over the last decade. Last week, Joe had a heart attack and died, leaving Rick with two possible new business partners, either Joe's wife or one of his kids, none of whom have ever had any part in the business. The transition after Joe's death would have been really different if Joe and Rick had set up a buy-sell agreement through their corporate attorney. And a buy-sell agreement really establishes a plan for the remaining partner to purchase the business at an agreed upon price from the family of the deceased partner. And frequently, these plans and these agreements are funded with life insurance. And all or at least a significant part of the purchase price could come from the insurance proceeds. In this case, the value of the business would have been preserved for the remaining partner, and Rick's purchase after Joe's death would also have provided some liquidity for Joe's spouse and family. So again, I see it too many times, people in business, especially partnerships, without any type of agreements. We never expect things to happen, but we know that they do, and it's so important to be prepared. So let's talk about one other scenario. Here we have Jim, who has a successful accounting firm, and he is getting ready to retire. Jim has 3 sons, but only one of them works in his firm. Because of Jim's success and his ability to invest more than his retirement plan, Jim has chosen to invest in a life insurance retirement plan, what's also called a LIRP. A LIRP is a life insurance plan that allows one to invest more than a regular retirement plan. It takes advantages of tax benefits and provides long-term accumulation for retirement income as well. Now, Jim needs to figure out what to do with his accounting firm once he finishes working. And because he has 3 sons and only one son is in the business, he's trying to figure out, how can I give to each of my 3 sons equally. So if Jim chooses to leave the business to his son and equalize his money or whatever he can offer to his other sons, he can do that through life insurance to make sure that they each receive an equal amount. And so what we like to do here is really think about what is your goals and what are your goals for your family? What do you want to leave to your children, to your spouse, and to others? And from there, we can figure out what makes the most sense as far as a solution. And we know that as business owners, you have a lot of tools at your disposal. And we want to keep those things from getting derailed, again, by having a good plan in place so we really know what we're working towards. So with that, we've covered a lot today in a short period of time. I would like to just do a quick review. There's no one right answer to how to build your business, how to grow your business, and how to preserve a successful business. You need to find your own entrepreneurial equation based on your specific needs and goals. We have lots of great resources at the Chamber, lots of awesome members and companies and services that are more than willing to help out. Everyone's just a phone call away, including myself. If you're ever interested in having a 30-minute discussion about any specific or personal needs, I'm more than happy to schedule some time. Just shoot me an email. I'd be happy to schedule a 30-minute discussion with you. And as your business changes and grows, so will your needs as a business owner. What your business was like in year 1 is not what your business is like in year 5. So really think about how your business is evolving and what kind of team you need to really support you so you can focus on what you do best. And the right entrepreneurial equation can help save you time, attract excellent employees, retain the best, and preserve what you've worked so hard to grow so you and your heirs can really benefit in the future. And a good team around you will really listen to you, what your business and personal needs are, discuss tools and how they work together, and help you take advantage of all the options that are available. So with that, I appreciate your time today. It's been great seeing everyone. And I will open it up for any general questions at this point. I'm going to stop sharing. Anyone have any questions?
I just want to say thank you so much, Laura. It's so important. We always say this at the Chamber. In order to grow, your business, you have to start with a strong foundation. So that is, get your banker, get your CPA, get your attorney, get your financial advisor, get your team, so you can have a strong foundation on which to grow. So thank you for bringing all that to our attention again.
Absolutely.
Go ahead, unmute yourself and just share if you'd like.
I'm just going to second what Margie said. One of the most important things I think in business is knowing what you don't know and finding somebody who does. I told many people the story I had. I'll call him an acquaintance because it's hard to call him a friend given some of the things he said. I knew him a long time ago, and he bought and sold a number of businesses. And I would go to, it was a long time ago because I don't do this much anymore, cocktail parties, and I would hear him telling my friends, oh, I've bought and sold this business, that business, this business, and I never used an attorney. And he did it on the 7th time and he got in deep trouble. And I'm not saying that to sell attorneys. I'm just using that as an example of, trying to save a few dollars here and the cost on the other end. So it's important that you get good expert advice on all levels. First thing I often do when people come to me as their business attorney is say, who's your accountant? And they often say, I don't have one. And I say, well, I know a lot of tax information, but I don't pretend to be a tax lawyer. And so get yourself a good accountant also, and get yourself a good investment advisor. So I just want to second what Margie said. Very important.
Mhm. Thank you, Brian. So true.
Agreed.
Patrick, did you want to add anything from a banking perspective?
Yes, I would say that obviously extremely important to, know what you're getting into. Great report, and certainly, when we work with our clients, we always want to know what kind of succession planning they do have in place and whatnot. So, absolutely.
Excellent.
We know
Thank
how
you.
important a banking relationship is now with all the PPP loans, right? To have a relationship with your local bank.
Sure is.
And thanks to Laura. We've been working with Laura for a while now. She's been doing a great job for us. So thank you.
Thanks, Pam.
Mhm.
All right. Well, don't want to take up anyone's time if there's no more questions. I hope everyone has a wonderful weekend. And of course, like all of you, if you ever have any questions or anything, just reach out. Just a phone call or email away. Margie, did you want to say anything else?
Of course, I'm going to do my little upcoming events. Of course I am. So first of all, thank you, Laura, for sponsoring and hosting this webinar.
Yeah,
I
thank
found
you,
it
Laura.
very informative. On Monday, the 12th at 10 o'clock, we're inviting Rod Johnson from the SBA back to give us an update on the PPP status. More changes are happening. The 13th, he's our chair of our public policy committee, and his meeting is on the 13th. Our women's mastermind is on the 15th. Patrick, if you have any women, in the bank, they're more than welcome to come. On the 22nd, we're doing a joint mix and mingle with the Silver Spring Chamber on Zoom. And then we're going to have a tailgate party on the 23rd. We're going to go to Beanbag Deli for breakfast. So those of you who are comfortable coming out, open up your trunk and sit in there and grab some coffee and bagels. I think he even wants to bring out his grill and cook us eggs. So it's going to be those who are vaccinated and want to come out and just, socialize. We're going to try that. So
That'll be
that's all I
fun.
have for now.
Yeah, I'm getting my second shot on the 22nd. So I'll be almost fully vaccinated by the 23rd.
Mine's the 17th for my second one.
Awesome.
I did post in the chat, there's a fun quiz that we have on our website called My Priorities Quiz. It takes 5 minutes. And if anyone isn't really clear at the moment about their future financial goals, feel free. It's a 5 minutes quick quiz to kind of figure out what your priorities are. So I just wanted to share that.
Thank you, Laura.
Sure.
And this has been recorded, so it will be in our recording section of the chamber website. So you can always refer back to it as well. Okay, anybody have any other questions? No? Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thanks. Have a great weekend.
Have a good week, y'all.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye. Patrick?
Yes, how are you?
Hey, good. Nice to meet you. I figured we could take this one moment here.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Did you take over for Ed?
I did. So Ed and I are in the same office. He's actually right next to me. But what I've done is I'm coming in as a commercial lender for the Montgomery County, DC area. So certainly, not that Ed's pulling the reins back by any means, but certainly I'm coming in and would love to continue to build a strong relationship with you guys and do whatever we can really to grow, the John Marshall Bank brand. I don't think you've talked to Joe Cherko yet. He's our new market executive. So certainly.
I definitely want to have a one-on-one with Joe.
So certainly,
I was say I'd love to come in today, but I forgot my car's in the shop. I don't know when it's going to be done. But
we would love to have you. Come in. We're really, we're a Virginia-based bank. But, we're really starting to, we've always been in Maryland, but we're really trying to build out that commercial footprint into, Maryland and start to really, grow the relationships and be here.
Yeah.
There's major, I've worked for the large banks versus, the smaller banks. And, there's a big advantage to working with businesses in the community from a community standpoint.
And you know what? They all learn that. Whoops. Hold on one sec.
Sure.
Hello? Okay. All right, put them through. Bob, hold on. Bob, hold on. He was just on this meeting. Anyway, so yeah, with the PPP happening, some of the people
Sure.
who went with the Bank of Americas did not get their money as fast as the people that went local and regional.
Mhm.
So I think, people found that value and know that value now.
There's a lot of value. With any business owner, there's a lot more things going on than just, checking accounts and online banking. And I think in a lot of cases, when you're in a certain revenue segment, the complexities and whatnot, community banks are more catered to actually caring and looking at those things from a credit perspective and, treasury management perspective and whatnot. So absolutely.
Okay, well, I look forward to working with you. You're not working on the PPP, are you? Or are you?
I am, we're all in this together,
Okay, 'cause
certainly.
I just talked to Ed about, I'm having a problem with my PPP2 application.
Okay.
Someone said, I just got an email this morning saying, well, if it's under 150,000, you don't have to upload your documents, because I was off like 46% from second quarter 2019 to second quarter 2020. There was no to upload the documents. They said you don't have to, but I'm still stuck on the last screen. It's saying loan amount. It's not letting me move forward. It's not letting me submit. It's saying, well, put some text in the text box. So I try to put text in the text box. It's not even letting me put text in the text box. So I can't submit. So if anybody can help me and get in there and just submit the thing, or tell me what else I have to do, but it's been sitting in there without being able to move forward.
Okay, I'll mention it, and I'll get with Ed.
Okay.
And
right.
We'll try to take care of you on that.
Thank you.
In the meantime, it's great to, Ed talks very highly of you, and moving forward, if you need, got any questions, certainly I'd love to become more of an active member in this. So I'll be attending a lot more of the meetings, and I'd love to be, a part of it. So let me know if you need anything or you need me to help out.
Okay. Do you get the newsletter?
I think I do. I joined up with the Rockville, so I'm in there and whatnot. So,
okay. So it would have come out Monday.
Okay.
First Monday of every month. And that's where all the meetings and the committees are. And you can just click on from there any ones you want to join, or you go on to our website, rockvillechamber.org, calendar of events, and you can see it at a glance, a month at a glance.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing. Yeah.
Okay, great. And we're talking about having a golf tournament October 4th. I don't know if you're golfers or not, or you'd be interested in sponsoring something or not, but we're still talking about it. But that's what I'll be in for next.
What we should do is let's get you, obviously I'd love you to meet Joe as well.
Yeah.
And, that certainly could be something that we'll do. We'll certainly participate in playing, but, maybe if there is an opportunity to sponsor something like that, we can look at that.
Okay, great. All right. Nice meeting you,
All right.
Patrick. And I'll see you soon.
All right. Take care.
Okay, bye-bye.